think the thing about this moment right here is knowing that her family has never met her before. They could definitely take one look at her and turn her away. And poor Macy has been through so many meet and greets, and every time it hasn't worked out. But the moment is about to happen. We're gonna meet her new potential mom. But before we do that, I have to tell you Macy's story, or refresh you if you've been on this journey with me. Because Macy is something like I've never seen before. Remember the first time I met her? When I go to the shelter, I'm always assuming that I'm gonna meet a dog that is a little stressed out or maybe a little sad or shut down. I wasn't prepared for what happened when I met Macy. I mean, just the sheer chomping of her teeth for food because she was so hungry. Oh, she is so hungry. Come here, come here. It still just sits right in the middle of my heart, and I can hear that sorrow and pain. And unfortunately, I've worked with a lot of dogs like this that are malnourished. And as much as I tell people, and as hard as it is, they don't always make it. Their organs aren't just balloons that can be reinflated with a bowl of food. It takes time, and a lot of times they're too far gone. One organ might be too far shut down, or it might have given cancer the opportunity to grow in their body with the lack of food and nutrients for so many years. But as hard as all of this is to hear, let me tell you that this story is a story of happiness and encouragement. This pup date is one that I am more excited to make than I've ever made before. And Macy isn't the only pup date that we have coming in this video. I'm also gonna share an update on our boy Arthur and our sweet Valerie. So stay tuned in one of my favorite videos that I get to share with all of you in this episode of Pupdates. I think to truly understand the importance and the joy of this moment, Macy meeting her potential mom, her forever family, we have to go back to the beginning of her story. And I'm gonna let this play out because it was so impactful, from her going into her first medical check to her getting her very first groom by none other than the wonderful Mel, the shelter groomer. The big scare we had when the vet found the blockage in her system and we thought we were gonna have to rush her into an immediate emergency surgery. If you've seen all this and you remember it clear as day, I will put the timestamp down in the description below so you can skip ahead to the present time, the announcement that we're making in this video. Okay, this video is gonna be a little bit different. She just came into the shelter. The team just put her in the room with food and water. Remember, I often highlight the dogs that need a little more help in getting adopted. And so while it's a little hard to see, just watch her little personality come out despite all she's been through. And no, it's gonna be a multi-stage process with her. So subscribe so that you can continue to follow her journey, and let's go sit with her. And stick around because we actually take her through the health check process. It's pretty interesting to see the behind the scenes. Okay. Should we start with a treat? Oh, you are so hungry, huh? Okay. You are so hungry, huh? Oh, she is so hungry. Come here. You can tell when a dog takes a treat as a treat. She is taking these treats like she hasn't ever eaten anything. Hi. I'm going to skip ahead here because I couldn't get her out of her pacing into a relaxed state until I finally shifted and kind of moved spots. Okay. I'm going to move my spot and sit over here because she wants to be by that door. Hi. Yeah, you see that chomping? Well, that chomping is definitely a I'm hungry. She's got a bowl of food over there. I have a lot of treats that I think will really be good for her. All right, so what I do know is that she came in through Night Drop. And Night Drop is a place at the shelter where if no one's here while the shelter's open, that you can drop off a dog. Now, what I don't know are the details. Night Drop is a good thing 99% of the time. And while it's really hard, it's really beneficial because if you find a dog, let's say it's 2 a.m., you're coming home from work, you find a dog, what do? Well, you can take that dog to Night Drop
and you fill out all the forms. She's really thirsty. She's drinking a lot. And the question that we're gonna try to figure out is she emaciated like this because she is hungry and someone has basically starved her and neglected her? Or is she this way because there's a medical issue? Hi. You like sliding under the blanket there? Hi. You looking for some love? What? Hi. 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 Here. Let's move to some positive affirmations here. I think she could use them. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Hi. You're a good girl. Yes. You are a good dog. And I am glad you're here because this is not your fault. And we are going to fill up your belly full of food. And we are going to fill your heart full of love. And it might seem really hard right now, but you are in the right place with a lot of people that really care about you. And we're going to figure out a solution to make sure that you are healthy and happy and loved. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. I know. It's hard. I know. Does that crying. Oh. It's like she's being told she's a good girl and she's still crying. Oh. But she's so nervous. She's such a nervous dog, understandably so. There's some things that you'll notice about her if you look closely, and you may not be able to see it in the video, but just the obvious stuff, like how skinny she is, how big her nails are. Her nails have never been trimmed. How oily her coat is. She's obviously never been bathed. Maybe not never, but I think at this point we can say never, you know. I'll bet she's probably half the weight that she should be. So for example, she's probably right now 55, 60 pounds, and she should probably be 80. I guess that's not half, but she's 20, 35 pounds underweight, easy. Come here, come here. Hi. Okay, you can come all the way in here. Come here. Hi. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Ah, you're a good girl. Yes. Oh, it's okay. You can cry a little bit. Yeah. You deserve that. I know. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. I think we need a little more info on your story. The thing is, if you're watching this right now and it's hard, I know it's hard to see this, and it makes you just question a lot. But the thing is like, I've seen the other side of all of this too. Like I see the worst of these situations, but I see the other side. And the other side is, if you fast forward 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 3 years from now, it will be tremendous how amazing her story is and how happy and healthy she is and how loved she is. And I try to do that in those moments where I just want to break down and anger starts bubbling up inside of me. And I just really try to think forward to what it will be one day. And I try to picture her in that moment. And you just feel that warmth and that happiness roll over you, because you know that we can make a difference. Like, you watching this, you are making a difference by watching this, because it will help get her the eyeballs she needs to get her into the right family. There are so many people, or so many dogs in so many shelters that never get that opportunity, because they're in this situation and people pass them by because they go, oh, something's wrong with that dog. I want her to sit by me, but I'm going to let her sit over there because she's in that calm state, which is good. She's going to be a beautiful dog. I mean, she is a beautiful dog, but when she fills out, she's going to be beautiful. Let's call Alexis and get her story.
Hello.
Hey, okay, so what did you find out about her? Anything?
No, I mean, she's so new that they just saw she was left in night drop and they haven't been able to health check her yet.
Okay.
So we don't know anything.
Gosh, okay, so so we don't, did they leave any notes on the night drop form?
There was nothing. There was the contact info for the person who placed her in night drop.
Okay.
But that's it. There was no other notes at all that I can see in the shelter system.
Okay, and do we know if that was a Good Samaritan or if that was her owner or?
It looks like it was just a Good Samaritan.
Okay, that's what I would have guessed. I can imagine if it was the owner, they probably wouldn't even left notes. They would have just bolted.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not like thinking the worst of people or anything, but you kind of start to see commonalities in these sort of situations. And a lot of times, if a dog's in this situation and it's an owner known, then what'll happen is the owner often won't leave their information because they believe they're going to get in trouble, or they know that there's something medically wrong with the dog, like they took their dog to the vet and the dog was diagnosed with something clinically and they couldn't maybe afford to get the surgery or the treatment, or they knew it was the end of the line, and so they bring the dog to the shelter. Most likely what happened is she was so hungry that she finally just got out. She broke out of her situation, her prison, because she was so hungry, and I would guess that that's what happened, because the amount of food and water that she's drinking. Oh, that's good, that's good. Just tells me that she is genuinely hungry. If she was sick, if there was something wrong with like cancer or something like that, she probably would be eating this much. You're a good girl. I'm going to do something here that I don't always do, but I'm going to reach out to a rescue that I think might be able to take her. The reason I want a rescue to take her, specifically a rescue with a vet with veterinarian capabilities, is because she's going to need some kind of love and care beyond just, hey, she's hungry, so feed her. Like, she's so bad. And dogs in this situation, when they're this bad, they can go into, they can not make it all of a sudden because their system's been in shutdown, and it continues to be in shutdown. Okay, so I'm gonna call that a rescue. Now, they may or may not be able to take her, but what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna send them the picture of her. Okay, I just texted her a picture, and let's call her.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
It is Rocky Kanaka, and I am calling you because I have a dog that is a medical case because they're just so emaciated, and they're gonna need a rescue for sure. And I just thought of you guys. It is a bigger dog. It's a German Shepherd, but she is really special. I've been sitting with her, and she's so sweet. She's so hungry. She just came in. Someone dumped her. A Good Samaritan dumped her at night drop last night. We're taking her into health check right now, and I'll get more details. But I just wanted to reach out to you initially and see if there is any interest, if she might be a candidate. So I thought I'd start there. As soon as I get more health check info, I'll update you. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hello?
Hey, question for you. So
Yes.
they scan for a microchip when she comes in, right? It's not in health check?
It will be in health check. So
we
I
might-
don't think they even know that yet.
Okay, so we could have a microchip.
Potentially.
Okay.
We'll have to see.
So we'll hold on giving her a name I do have something. I do have something before we go into health check. I baked some cookies at my bakery this weekend, and she's so hungry. I think this would be perfect for her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can you
Okay.
have Kelly, or could you bring them to me?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll be right in.
Okay, cool. You see how hungry she is? I'm uniquely qualified for this because I own bakeries, the dog bakery. This will be perfect. So this peanut butter is a really healthy way to gain weight. Okay, I know. Okay, hold on. I know you're excited. Come here. Let's see him right here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We start with this reindeer right here. Okay, come here. Sit. Okay. Okay. Is it gone already? Oh, that makes me so happy. Let's do another reindeer. Okay, I know that looks like chocolate. It is not. It is carob, which doesn't have theobromine in it. Okay. B- on that one. Come here. Okay, sit. Okay, there you go. Good girl. I am so sorry that you have gone through this. I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve it. And you are amazing, and it's going to be amazing from here. It's going to be a little bit of a journey, but you're going to be okay. That's the good thing. You're going to be okay. I like how I'm saying that to her, but I'm also telling myself that as I tear up. Oh my gosh, man. If this doesn't hit you in the heart, I don't know what does. And if you see something like this and you don't go adopt a dog, oh, come on, guys. Like, there is no better feeling in the world. There's no better love in the world from a dog that you rescued at the shelter. There's just a bond. I don't know. All I'm saying is, guys, consider adoption first. Oh, does that hurt? Is that sore right there? Okay. Hi. Oh, we have some hip problems there? Or just slippery floor, I think. Okay, let's go to health check.
Before we go to health check, let me tell you, the rescue I reached out to let me know they are full up. Rescues and shelters are so full right now. But I am going to come up with a plan. It's going to cost money. We're going to figure this out. If you want to help, I'd love to have you join and become a member. Just hit that join button. And you get to be a part of an awesome community. Or if you want to buy the new Sitting with Dogs merch, just go to rockykanaka.com/merch, or I'll just link it right to this video. All of that helps. We're going to use those funds to possibly pull off this plan with Macy. All right, let's head to health check. The team is awesome at what they do. Pets go into health check first when they get to the shelter. Remember, she just got here. But this is going to be really important because it's going to help determine where she goes next. She's likely going to be rescue only, which means only a rescue group can get her, because she's going to need help going from this state to being ready to be adopted. And rescue groups are typically better equipped to help with that. I'm going to guess no, but let's hope for the best.
You always hope, especially in these cases.
Okay. Nothing.
Not chippy.
Okay, they scan for a microchip, no microchip. Next, they need to do the physical exam to see if there's anything wrong. Unfortunately, the list is long.
Possible ulcer on the right eye, scar on right cheek, fractured upper left canine, fractured upper right canine, worn molars, pulp exposure on bottom right incisor, fly strike on both pinnas, dirty ears, callus sore.
During the exam, it became very obvious that she's got some really tender spots.
Oh, yeah, there's a little. Okay. Aw, buddy.
Good stretch.
Okay, ouch. Oh,
There we go. There's the ouch.
And the team's doing everything they can to make her feel comfortable.
You're okay, baby. You're okay.
this side that I want.
Fine. You're okay. You're fine.
But when it came time to check and see if she was spayed, they asked me if I could come in and help because of our bond.
You can go to Rocky. You can go back to Rocky.
Like, save me. Take me out. You are touching me too much. Yeah.
There we go.
Good job.
There we go. Good girl.
It's the scoop.
We like this. Oh my goodness.
Take a first on Iris face. Thank you.
Okay, we'll feel first. How about feel first?
He's okay. Yeah, it's a good girl.
Good.
I know. Hi, honey girl.
So hungry.
That's good. That's good.
So
Reward for being a
hungry.
good girl.
No scar, no tattoo, and no suture. Okay, good girl. That's it, Mama. That's it.
Okay, that wasn't easy, but I'm very proud of her. She did really good.
I think when this one gets in a warm bath, she's gonna.
It's just gonna melt in all the best ways.
Okay, thanks guys. Come on.
Absolutely. Bye. Baby girl.
Let's get this girl her spa treatment because Mel agreed to see her right away. Oh, and Mel's actually going to be the one to name her, so just wait until you find out her name.
She's so thin.
She's so thin, but listen, she is really sweet. She chomps at everything because she's just hungry. Everything's a snack. But other than that,
feed her a little bit
yeah.
at a
So
time.
just be ready if you give her a treat. She's gonna try to take
I
your
will
fingers
give her a
too.
treat.
Nice.
Whatever's easiest for
Oh,
you.
she's so
Doesn't
like, it's
matter.
crazy.
I know.
I've never felt a German Shepherd so.
Oh yeah, her teeth look like she is an older dog.
Yeah,
But
but she
so
still looks
sweet.
young though, doesn't she?
Yes, you're so sweet.
Oh, like instantly falling in love with Mel. No surprise there.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna let you work your magic,
Okay.
and we'll come see her when you're done.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you can tell she's a little bit nervous about this, but she's so sweet. She didn't put up a fight at all. Mel immediately noticed a few red flags, though.
Yeah. See how it didn't go down? Mm-hmm. It just kind of stays there. It should go down really fast.
Yes, that is definitely a sign of dehydration, as you saw in her kennel, just how much water she was excessively drinking. Mel also noticed just how bad her ears were.
Her ears are so bad. That's from the flies. Just horrible. The flies are just attracted to blood. It's just like meat on the barbecue. It's like they'll actually eat the skin. I mean, I've seen dogs with half an ear.
Okay, so Mel is gently massaging her ears with some medicated shampoo, and then she's gonna let that sit, and she's gonna start applying calming eucalyptus shampoo to help with all the dry fur and the bad smells. Sadly, Mel also found sores on her legs, and she thinks that could be just from fly attacks.
She's got sores on her legs too. Like maybe the flies were starting to go to the legs too.
Mel's doing her best to gently apply the shampoo and really do a deep clean through her entire body. This is really going to pay off in the coming hours and days. But it's tough because even with Mel's lightest touch, sometimes it just caused her some discomfort.
Oh, it's her back end. She does her tail and her back end. It's hurting her. So I'll take a break from that and work on her feet.
She's been helping the shelter for a while, so she knows when to push it just a little bit, but not too much to cause pain. Okay, Mel's giving a little extra care to the paws.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, Mel's going to spend a little extra time on the ears. They're likely already infected, but she's going to get those really clean so they don't continue to fester.
Good girl. Goodness.
Do a couple washes on her just because she is so bad and she wants to make sure that she is really clean before doing that final rinse.
So much better. Yes, you are. This is her being so bony and laying down and you don't have any skin on your bones.
I am impressed, though, just how well she's doing. I think Mel really appreciates that.
It's okay. Yes. Good girl. Good girl.
It's no wonder these dogs just fall in love with Mel whenever they come through here because she grooms them with so much love and care. It's amazing. All right, Mel works to dry the fur and tries to style it as much as she can to make her look and feel better. Okay, now, she's going to need some ointment on her ears because they are now tender and raw, but Mel had to get all the gross stuff off, and now this ointment will really help protect her and help her heal. Can I come peek at her?
Yeah.
Is she done?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Oh, she already looks so much more fluffy. Hi. Look at you.
It's my
You're
ears.
so fluffy.
My ears are kind of.
Hi. Oh yeah, little red. Okay, that's okay.
That's because bathing her and putting all the medicated shampoo on them.
Yeah.
It just, the scabs all just
Yeah.
disintegrate off.
She looks less skinny.
Oh yeah.
Because all the fluff?
Blew her all out. And does she feel better?
Oh, she feels so much better.
That's why they're like.
Oh, hi. What name did you come up with?
Macy.
That is so pretty. Okay, let's try it. Let's see what she thinks. Macy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was perfect. Those cute little eyes.
I know.
Macy, that's perfect. You like it, huh? You like it. You're a good girl, Macy. Yeah. Okay, this next part is really interesting. It's something I guess I never thought about before. Listen to what Mel says about her nails while she's trimming them.
Her nails are so soft, Cheryl.
Soft?
Yeah.
Why are they soft? Oh my God, they're so long.
Because I think it's a nutrition thing.
Yeah, her nails are super soft, not like a normal dog nail that's really hard, which makes sense because malnourishment would mean the nutrients aren't there for things like her fur, her coat, her nails. It's so bad. But she's all finished up and look how good she's looking. Mel's going to pick out the perfect bandana for her, one that fits the holidays with snowflakes. Look at this side by side. Oh, the first one just greasy, and look, she's so happy when she's walking back to her room. This has really made an impact. You'll hear me in the upcoming video talk about how I left. I was heartbroken, I couldn't sleep, and I had to come up with a plan. And let me tell you that it was really hard actually getting Macy from this state into this vet-assisted clinic because it's not normal. Typically people either adopt a dog or it's a rescue, a nonprofit that pulls a dog, and I am neither of those. So I technically had to adopt Macy to claim full responsibility and ownership of her, which I was happy to do, but was definitely scary because that means all medical costs come with that. If we lose her, you know, then that responsibility is on me, and that's really hard emotionally. But I knew we had to do it. And with all of you being a part of that, I knew we all had to take that opportunity. And so many of you actually signed up to be members. By the way, I'd love to have you be a member. You can hit the join button and become a member today. It's one way to support. Or you can get a Sitting with Dogs shirt, which so many, I've actually met some of you out in public wearing a Sitting with Dogs shirt, and nothing makes me happier. So it's a big hit. I appreciate all of you wearing this and being a part of this community. So I will definitely pin that in here as well, right on the video. You can just click it to go get it, or you can go to shoprockykanaka.com to get it as well. I got a text from Macy's vet and a voicemail. I think something's wrong.
X-rays, kind of screening X-rays today. Those are concerning to me. Those look like potentially she could have a foreign body or something in her stomach, and she's got a lot of gas dilation through all of her intestines. So she's not the greatest anesthesia candidate, but my recommendation would be to go in and explore and make sure that what we're seeing on the X-rays is not a foreign body.
So she has an obstruction and might need immediate surgery. This is bad. Okay, I'm gonna call her back. Macy's the dog that came into the shelter just starving, and not just for food, also for love.
I know. Okay. It's okay.
I bonded with her right away, like so many of you did, because watching her chomping for her food, because she was so hungry. She is taking these treats like she hasn't ever eaten anything. Almost not knowing what a dog food bowl was, she would only eat from me out of my hand. It was just heart-wrenching. I'm glad we got to go through health check with her. They immediately listed her as only available to rescue groups because she was in just such bad condition. Just feeding them a bunch of food can be a really dangerous path. You have to be very careful, take it slow. And I wanted to take her, but my farm is not suited for that right now. Good news. We got permission to break Macy out of there. Chief said that we could take Macy, and I am basically at this point adopting her. I am her first adopter. Hi, sweetie. You're adopted. I'm taking you home, baby. Yay, you're a part of the family now. You're adopted. You're gonna be okay. When I went in there and saw her, it's like she knew, and I told her the good news, and I'm so happy that I get to actually follow through with this, and the plan worked and everyone's behind it. And so we grabbed her, we took her out of there. I always worry in this situation with a dog who likely hasn't been on many car rides if they're gonna panic or how they're gonna do in the car. Now, she didn't just jump up into the car because she didn't know what that is, right? Like, she doesn't know to jump up into the car. So I just kind of scooped her up, put her in there. She was really good about it. And on the trip, she was so good. She cried a little bit. There were a couple cries, but more than anything, she was just interested. Like, she was looking out the window, taking it all in. She probably hasn't ever had anything like this where it's just a calm, relaxing car ride. And so even though she's probably anywhere from 5 to 7 years old, she's never experienced anything like this, most likely not. So it's fun to be on this journey with her. As we're driving, I'm getting a little emotional because this is kind of the first step in her journey of her new life. It's the very first chapter of what will now be her fairy tale story. I want to explain this to her. I wish she understood, but it's kind of like she does understand, like she knows, because she's given me her trust. And so she trusts me. She knows that the next step, whatever it's going to be good. Okay, so this facility that we're going to, I have never been there before. So we're gonna go in and check it out, make sure it's good. Because I said I wanna board her in a vet-assisted facility so that she can have regular checkups, because I've seen emaciated dogs have situations where it goes south very quickly. You think they're fine, there's something internal really wrong, or all the food that they take in too fast, bloating happens, who knows, right? It could be all kinds of different issues. And I don't want that to happen to Macy. I wanna give her the best shot, the best chance. And I don't want to get her adopted out with all these unknowns. Like, does she have a problem like cancer, or does she have an overactive thyroid, or, because it could be she was starved and she has these issues, not either or. Remember at the beginning of the video where I got a call from the vet? Well, that was the next day after I left. Then we'll cross our fingers then and wait. Okay, thank you so much. They're gonna walk her, they're gonna do x-rays one more time, and then she's gonna call us back and give her recommendation, which could include rushing her into surgery. So fingers crossed, I hope she's okay. Macy's vet called me back a couple hours later with a big update. But first, let me show you the facility that Macy's staying at. Okay, so we get in there. The first thing we do, we take Macy in, we weigh her. Get this. This is how much she weighs. What'd she come in at? 49. Oh, she's already put on some weight.
Yeah.
She's already gained weight, which is good. This is a good thing. She's already on the right path. It means that it's likely not only a medical issue, because she is gaining that weight. She does have the capacity to gain that weight. So that's good. That makes me feel a lot better. So we take her in, we meet the new team, and they're fantastic. They get right to work checking her out, recommending what they think the process should be that we take her through. And I completely agree. I think all those things they recommended are fantastic. And it's gonna be expensive. And so everyone who's become a member, thank you. That helps pay for all of this. If you want to become a member or send a super thanks or anything like that, this is going to cost a fair amount of money, thousands and thousands of dollars, but she's so worth it. And because of all of you, it's making this possible. We're able to do this. We're able to come together and help a dog that's been in a very bad situation. And I just have to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. If you are a member, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to become a member, that would be awesome. And if you can't, just watching this and supporting this and sharing this, it means the world to me, because it makes all of this possible. And so she'll go in to have her space surgery in about a week. They want to make sure she's balanced, get all her levels. And when they do that, we'll get her microchip injected. They'll kind of do everything while she's under the anesthesia that they can at that moment. We got to tour the facility, and it is amazing. When this place was built, I don't know who built it, but they really put some money into laying this out right. Not everyone has such an amazing facility like this. And can I just tell you, I feel really comfortable because of all the animal statues around here. It's like, you can tell a real animal lover built this place. So then we got to tour the rooms, and we were coming on all the rooms, and I found this one that I thought was just perfect. Like, it's a room I would stay in. It's so nice. It's got a window to the outside of the play yard so she can see the other dogs, start making new friends. And so I asked if that could be the room that she stayed in.
I'll pay for that one if it's open. Or
sure, I'll have you talk with Miranda.
Okay. They told me a little bit later that because of the holiday time they had it booked up, that room actually had been scheduled. So, but at the last second, they gave me really good news, and they said they were able to rearrange things and work it out. Macy is going to get to spend this time at the resort in the sunshine room. So soft. She's got her toys, her big old bowl of water. This is great. Let's talk about something before I say bye to her and I almost started crying. What's the plan? Well, I want her here for a month because I want her to have plenty of time to fill out, to get healthy, to go through that procedure in the next week or two of getting spay and neutered, teeth pulled. I want to make sure she's balanced. So the family that does adopt her, we're sending a dog to them that has a high chance of success because we know she's healthy, happy, full, on the right track. And so that's kind of the promise that I'm trying to fulfill to her, the promise that all of you get to be a part of, especially if you're a member and you've been on this journey, is we're gonna make her whole before she goes to her next family. I had to say goodbye to her, and it's hard, right? Because like I adopted her technically, and I wanted to scoop her up and hold her and keep her and save her. And but this is the place that she needs right now. This is the medical care that she needs, and I think it's the right decision. And so I said bye to her. It was bittersweet.
All right, you're in good hands from here. I'll be back very soon. Don't you worry. You need anything, you just shoot me a text message.
And you can call anytime, any day.
Okay.
We will give you an update on how she's doing. Come by anytime.
Oh, it's gonna be okay. You're okay now. Yeah.
We'll get a workup done, and as soon as all the results come in, we'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Okay, baby.
Okay,
we'll see you
Missy.
soon.
Hi, Macy. Bye, girl.
Okay, but remember, we got a call from the vet. They were doing a second checkup. So what ended up happening to Macy? Well, let me share with you the call that I got that night from Macy's vet.
Her x-rays looked a little suspicious earlier, so that was part of my panic email, my panic voicemail.
Okay.
She had just a lot of gas all throughout all of her intestines and her stomach. I think we were seeing a little bit, I can't 100% say it's still not there, but some of her kibble or the dehydrated food into her stomach, and I was like, is that what that is, or could she have a piece of cloth or something in there? So we took her for a long walk. She did a bowel movement, and then we rechecked the x-rays, and they looked better, although she still has a lot of gas in her stomach. So I ran to the drugstore and I just picked her up some Gas-X, so we're going to try that for a few days.
Oh, sure. Okay, so it might just be gas.
I think so. I was a little worried for a second. I was like, if these reds don't change, we're going to need to take this dog for an Explorer, which was not my ideal heart condition. But I was like, she might have a foreign body in there, so.
And you know what? It could be because, you know, the shelter's just working with what they have and they switch foods and it's like anything from, you know, bits and...
Yeah, they did say today she's a little bit, I mean, obviously she eats really fast and ravenous, so I think she swallows a lot of air when she does that. Obviously, we just switched her from whatever they were feeding at the shelter to her new food, so that, you know, is always a change to their system.
Okay.
And so they're feeding her now with what we call a slow feeder.
Great.
So that should hopefully help end the Gas-X. So I think we're not at the point where I'm feeling like it is a foreign body or destruction.
All right, well, I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll probably be in early next week to come see her.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, thank you so much. We thought it was clear. We thought it was gas. Well, okay, so first, thought something was really wrong, gonna have to go into the emergency center. Then we thought it was clear. Turns out it wasn't. Get this. We went to Dr. Impet's office and she said, well, something happened that we were not ready for, but we're really happy that it happened. We were in fact seeing something, but it was moving around. You know, from the gas to Macy being so skittish, they couldn't pinpoint this because in x-ray she just wouldn't sit still. It turns out, look at this, she passed a peach pit. Now, that is really painful. Imagine passing like a really hard peach pit. It makes sense though, right? Because Macy is going around and she's eating anything and everything she can get her hands on. So whether it was a full peach or more likely just the peach pit, maybe even something like a peach rind where someone was eating a peach and then threw it out, she's gonna eat everything she can, including sometimes even rocks if she has to. Like you get that a lot in these malnourished dogs, is they'll even eat rocks. And so this is not unsurprising. And I am so grateful that she passed it and that the entire team was just monitoring her so closely, because that could have easily got lodged in her system and they would have had to go in there and do surgery. So I didn't share that wide with everyone because we were worried, what if there's something else, or, you know, it could appear bad, like the vet missed that, and that's just not the case in these situations. It just happens. The good news is we cleared it and she felt so much better right after. But like I told you, this was going to be a happy video. And so once that peach pit was cleared, she started gaining weight right away. In fact, within like days, she gained 3 pounds. And look, the whole team is celebrating. Yes, it's those little wins that make such a big difference. And it's not even the fact that it's 3 pounds, it's the fact that she can actually gain weight. And this shows that she's starting on her journey to recovery and she's gonna be okay. And it's largely thanks to the around-the-clock coverage that she was getting with Dr. Impet, Emma, Miranda, the entire team there. They were not only helping her recover physically, but also mentally. They were helping her regain her confidence. Or you know what, that's not right. It's more like they were helping her find the confidence she never had before. Okay, now at this point, we know she's gonna make it, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't still have so many problems. Like one thing we noticed is her teeth were so bad. When a dog hasn't had nutrition that long, their teeth almost become soft like chalk. Maybe not that soft, but I mean really bad. And it creates fractures in their teeth don't grow correctly, teeth fall out. And Macy was definitely suffering from this and it was likely causing her pain. But we wouldn't know unless we went to go see a professional, and that's gonna cost a lot of money. But I said, you know what, hey, at this point, sign me up. And I had all of you helping, becoming members, sending super thanks. It was really awesome. It was helping to cover all these costs. So with confidence, I said, let's get her into a doggy dental expert. And Emma at Animal Care Services knew just the person, so we booked that right away. Also, she had no social skills. She couldn't be around other dogs because they have a doggy daycare there, and she didn't know how to react around other dogs. It's not a shelter. So she didn't have the correct behavior to go play with these dogs. But there was a local group, Bad Dogs Inc., that was willing to help out for free to help train Macy. All right, so Macy's getting some training, but she's got to get that dental work. So we took her about an hour away to Animal Dental Services in Tustin, California, and had them do a full workup. And it definitely looked like she was going to need a root canal. And it's amazing what they can do with dog dental now. Like you can get caps, you can get fillings, just like a human. Like she could get I don't know if it's a platinum or titanium tooth. Like it was wild. But first they just needed to schedule the procedure, get her in there and see exactly what she would need. And something really cool happened while we were there. One of the best ways to test a dog's age is when they come into the shelter, you look at their teeth, you kind of look at the plaque buildup, the condition of their teeth. But when a dog is in such bad shape like this, it can really throw you off. It can make you think the dog is actually older than they are. We initially thought maybe Macy was 7 or 8, then we thought 5 or 6, then we thought, what if she's as young as 3 or 4? The more accurate way is actually with the ophthalmologist. They can look in the actual eye and get a better sense of the age because that really doesn't lie. It's pretty accurate. So they were able to get us in there and look, this is what they said.
Really? Okay, so we were right the first time, 6 or 7 years old.
Yep.
Which definitely makes sense. She's right in the middle of where we were kind of guessing in the range of where she would be. So now we know. Okay, so now Macy's had some sessions with a trainer. She has her procedure scheduled for her teeth. It's time to start working on the most important thing of all because she can't stay in daycare forever. And as much as she's falling in love with the staff and the team, it's time for her to experience what it's like to have a real family. And so we make the announcement that we are accepting applications for Macy. I was so overjoyed by the amount of applications that came in. And if we didn't call you or we weren't able to get to you, it's because we got so many, and I just want to thank you. And some of the applications came from far and wide. I mean, Germany and, and Nova Scotia and Macy is in Norco, California. So we really wanted to try someone local. The first meet and greet was scheduled and I didn't sleep all night out of just excitement and joy. Like I was just certain this was gonna work. And we showed up and this family was so sweet. Like they took time off work, they brought their kids, they brought their dogs because they wanted this to work. They wanted to help Macy and it went so bad.
She's a little scared.
She doesn't know how to behave. She hasn't been around other dogs, and so she's so awkward, and that puts the other dogs in a really stressful situation. And this amazing family, we're not ready for this with the kids and with our dogs. Like, we can't make this big of a commitment. We could adopt a dog, but it seems like Macy's gonna need a lot more work, or it's gonna put our dogs into a lot of stress. And they could adopt her. And I appreciate that so much. By the way, it's okay to go to a meet and greet to try to adopt a dog you think might be a good fit and and say, I don't think this is gonna be a good fit. Because the last thing you want is to put Macy in that situation and then she has to end up coming back. Big thank you to this amazing family. I actually asked if I could share their picture because I want them to know just how awesome they are for even trying. That didn't work. You know what? We can keep going through applications. She had to have her procedure, so we brought her in for that, and she did fantastic. They actually didn't have to drill as deep as they thought they were going to in the canine, but they fixed her tooth, so now she's been through that surgery. She's got to rest and recover from that. I think what we realized too with the tooth is Macy had been scarfing her food. The team actually had to give her a slow feeding bowl. And this is not uncommon with dogs who have been starved and been through starvation. They always feel like their current meal is going to be their last meal, so they scarf their food down. And even the team was working with her, like setting the bowl down, letting her take a beat and then get her food. So just help to reduce that anxiety and give her back some control. But what we figured out is that she was also probably likely scarfing her food down because she was trying to bypass that tooth that was causing so much pain. So if you have a tooth where you have pain, you try to get the food past that pain point. So she was likely just kind of scarfing her food and not chewing because she hurt so bad. Oh, that makes me so sad. I'm also so glad we got that tooth fixed so that pain was gone. And you know what? It had an immediate effect between the training and the improvement and less pain, or at this point, no pain. She really slowed down on her food intake. I mean, she was still eating the same amount of food, but at this point, I don't even think she needs a slow feeding bowl. Okay, so now her teeth are fixed and we've reached out to additional candidates and we actually have 2 more meet and greets. Okay, watch this next meet and greet.
Macy just wants to come. Just keep walking, honey.
She just lived out in the wild?
We can only, guess.
Maxie is such a good boy. You are.
No, he's not being bad.
She's trying to snap at him.
Oh, I don't know, what do you think? I mean, this is not good.
Yeah, I don't know if you're seeing it or she's just immediately just trying
At his face,
just trying to get at his face and his
Yeah.
The first thing she wants to do is put her mouth on him. No.
Yeah, she wants to snap,
She's snapping.
Snapping.
Don't get too close, she might snap him.
Yeah, it's an absolute no-go. The thing is, Macy is doing really great in her training sessions, but she's not getting to interact with dogs as much as we would like. I will tell you this though, just another testament to how awesome dog people are and how wonderful Animal Care Services did. Miranda, remember the director of the daycare, brought in her own dogs to help Macy with her reactivity. Now, that's a big deal because, Miranda's a trainer, and if she's gonna bring her own dogs in, it just shows the level of care and love she has for Macy. And so it really allowed Macy to learn how to react to other dogs that were well trained, that were not going to react to Macy's just strange behavior of not knowing how to be a dog or interact with other dogs. And it went great. Within a few training sessions, she was doing so much better with dogs. And then another meet and greet happened. It just wasn't a good fit. And this wasn't on Macy, it wasn't a good fit. And that happens sometimes. But the problem is now that we've exhausted all local candidates. And at this point, I was going, I don't know what to do because we're spending so much money on daycare. We've tried every possible avenue of working with Macy to help get her in the right mindset, right behavior, right physical condition, and at no fault of her own, she's not getting a home. And really it comes down to me. It's my fault at this point because it's my responsibility to help her get adopted. So we went back to the list and I said, what if I have to drive her? Is there anyone that is a little bit farther out or that might be willing to do a transport? With her, I really wanted her to be close enough where if I needed to, I could go and get her because when I take a dog on, I will always be there for him. That's just a no-brainer. And so I wanted them to be close enough that if I needed to, I could go get Macy. And we found this candidate that turns out, look at this, they left a comment on the YouTube video. They were one of the very first people to leave a comment. And we didn't know this until after we talked to this person. And it's like, It's almost like it was meant to be. We called, we did an interview, we did another interview, we did another interview. or a lot of questions. Like, it was a lot of questions. We really wanted to do our due diligence, but we just knew from the first phone conversation that this might be the perfect fit. But we still had to make sure that Macy and her new potential mom, when they met, they connected. And so we drove, and we drove, and we drove. I don't even remember how far, but her mom was coming from Phoenix. So it was a pretty long drive. We did it in a day. I was so nervous the whole time. But when we pulled up and we got to the park, it's like a calmness just came over me, and then this happened. We started to walk up, and I just know how nervous Macy is, and I just thought she was just gonna hide behind me and want nothing to do with this new family. Like, it was a real risk. But when they met, it was just love at first sight. Oh, kisses! Love at first sight.
Oh, yes. I'm your mommy.
Look at that. Macy is so in love with her. She knows. She absolutely 100% knows. And just wait until you hear and see some of these pictures of Macy with her new mom. Her new mom's name is Sherry. Sherry's the perfect mom. She actually renamed Macy to Lucy, which I think is so pretty. And she really liked the name Lucy, and it sounds enough like Macy that there's that carryover, which I really appreciate. Sherry has continued with dedicated training, healthy meals, and you can just tell Macy has the best family ever.
I started looking at our local shelter, and I hadn't found anybody that was just really grabbing my attention. And I had just come across Rocky's channel, Sitting with Dogs, and he had Macy on. She was almost one of the first videos of his that I saw. And as soon as I saw her, I was like, I need her. She just grabbed my heart so quickly. What stuck out to me the most was obviously the condition that she was in. I've handled dogs like that before, and I've not seen one with a personality like hers. She was so interested in having that human connection with Rocky that I just thought, if she can love somebody in that condition, then I know if we can get her healthy, that I can give her all the love she would ever want. And I know that just having a dog in my life would do the same for me. When she came in the door, she was just like, wow, what is all of this? And she wanted to find every nook and cranny of the house all at once. She listens to me, she comes to me right away, and she's just like, she owns the place now. She's like the little princess of the house, and she demands her food, and she wants to play with her toys when she wants to play with them. Just sent me over the moon was our very first day when we started really exploring the backyard and everything. When I took her off that leash and she just started running all over the place, that gave me such joy, because I felt like this is the first time she's feeling like a dog, like she's got a home and, you know, she's happy. I felt like you could see joy on her face. I'm just so thrilled with her every day. We're learning together, and I think it's really fun.
Okay, now we have another dog, Valerie, who is also emaciated. If you saw her video, it was heartbreaking, but she was so loving, and a rescue came to pull her. I'm gonna jump into her story, but first, I just wanna give a couple thank yous to everyone that helped with Macy, because dog rescue takes a village. And when you zoom out, my role in all of this was so small. It was everyone else that was involved on a day-to-day basis that made the big impact. And you and everyone else in this dog-loving community that left amazing comments of encouragement, that shared this video, that put in an application to adopt Macy. You made the difference. And thank you, Animal Friends of the Valleys, for believing me and letting me adopt Macy so that I could take her on this journey. Thank you, Animal Care Services, for going above and beyond what any veterinarian or any daycare service would do. You all gave her so much love. Alexis on my team, thank you. You pitched in so much. And I know I told you thank you, but I need to do it publicly, because I mean, even when I was sick and you went up to those meet and greets and you took care of making sure that we matched her with the right family. And Sherry and your amazing family, thank you for taking in Lucy. I can't thank you enough. There's no thanks in the world that is big enough to thank you for opening your hearts and your homes. You often see me sitting with a dog, but behind the scenes, we're working with these dogs for weeks, months if needed, however long it takes. And Macy's journey with us was 5, 6 months or longer. But in that time, she became a new dog and she learned how to love and how to be loved. And it just goes to show that every dog deserves a loving home. And there's no dog too far gone. There is no dog that doesn't deserve that second chance. In Macy's condition, that first chance. And I think a lot of people would have given up on her because of how odd her behavior was. But when you take a step back and you realize sometimes we just need to be given a little time, a little chance, some room to heal, some assurance that we are loved and that we are important and that we do matter. And when that happens, it can make a difference. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. If you're going through something similar to Macy, just know that with some time and love, you can blossom too. I don't think I can reiterate enough just how awesome all of you are being a part of this with me. Like, it gets hard sometimes. Emotionally, it gets hard. Like, when you leave that kennel, sometimes after a dog's been through that, like, it doesn't matter if you shower, if you like eat junk food, if you go running, it's hard sometimes. It just gets into your head. And when I read your guys' comments of encouragement and I see things, oh, here's a fun one. So, Dan, I think his name Dan, that Dan guy on Twitter made this, and like that kind of stuff warms my heart. So thank you. Thank you. Lots of love to Dan in the UK and all of you who just were so encouraging and on this journey together with me. Sitting with dogs is more than something I do. It's with dogs, right? Life's better with dogs. And whether it's sitting with dogs, running with dogs, walking with dogs, watching TV with dogs, just everything with dogs is better. So many of you have been asking about Valerie, and I want to tell you a really happy update, and then I'm going to play the video for you again. So Valerie came in really bad condition, as you can see just from the beginning of this video, but Love Bugs Rescue came to the shelter and pulled Valerie. So that's what happens. A lot of times rescues will come and they'll pull dogs from the shelter that's kind of a high intake, very large open shelter, because they can often do the fundraising, find fosters, just give a little more personalized care or specialized care. And wow, Love Bug Rescue, thank you. Look at this. This cute little wagon pic where they were taking around the wagon and showing her what it's like to be loved just means the world to me. Let me share where I got to sit down with her. And if you've seen this, I will put again in the description a link so that you can go right to the big Pupdate on Valerie. Oh, when I saw this girl with all of her might work to get up just to come and greet me, I knew that I wanted to go in and sit down with her. And look, I know it's hard to see this, but I'm going to put a little teaser right here of her wagging her tail. More on that at the end of the video, but watch this because there are some really neat moments with her. When I first saw the blanket up at the shelter, I knew it was going to be hard. You know, they put this blanket up there because the shelter doesn't want her to be a spectacle. They want her to rest and recover. Okay, let's go in and sit down with her.
Hi. Can I come sit down with you? Hi. Oh, you're so little. Hi. Oh, wow. She is, I'm assuming we'll find out her story here in a minute. She's bad. That's heartbreaking. I will say, I just love the team here at Animal Friends of the Valleys. Like, it's not lost on me that how heartbreaking and dire the situation is and how warm and cuddly and soft all of the little stuffed animals surrounding her are that the shelter team set up right when she came in. She just came in. She just got here. She went through health check and now she's in this room. And she's in this private, secluded room because the public can't see her right now. She can't just go to somebody's home right this second. Her food bowl's empty, which means she's eating. I think we go right into seeing if she wants a treat. Is she asleep? She might be asleep. Dogs in this state, they're so tired and so weak that a lot of times they just fall asleep. Like even when there's a giant strange man coming into their kennel, they can't stay awake. They don't have the energy. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Hi. Oh, she's in bad shape all the way around. Her nails. Wait until I show you. I'm going to I'm going to show you some things on her here in a minute that you may not be able to see from where the cameras are at. Well, you see how she got the energy right away, though, to get that treat. She's got to be so hungry. Hi, sweetie. You want another treat? Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to keep these treats coming. Hi. Hi. I want to show you to everyone that cute face. Oh, a little burp. Hi. Oh, sorry. I did too much eye contact. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Wow. Wow, you are a sweetheart. Did you see all these little friends they set up for you? Yeah. I'm just going to move them just a little bit so I can get a little closer to you. We're going to put your friends back here in a minute, okay? Here you go. I think the thing about a dog like this, when you see a dog in this state, it's almost immediate sadness and anger, and you want to look away and you want to go, I can't handle this. I can't do this. And I totally get it if that's the case. But I will tell you that what I try to do, and what I see most of the time, is there's hope from this point forward. What I try to do is I imagine the dog that she'll be 6 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, where she is just happy and healthy and bouncing around and sleeping on someone's couch with them as they watch Grey's Anatomy. I don't know, whatever show, they're getting into trouble. They're sneaking treats and food off the table, all the things that a normal dog does. And in this moment, in this deepest, darkest moment, we're here to let her know that that is possible, that is out there through love and affection and treats. And, I always kind of look at it this way when I'm sitting with a dog like this. If you've ever been in a rough spot, if you've ever had a tough time and you've just been down and out, it's really about the little things you can do. Like in this situation, the fact that she's really happy about these little treats, like, can that keep you moving forward? I remember a couple times where I was just in a really tough spot, down and out, just, it was just really hard to move forward. And one little trick I used to do is I would put my shoes at night by the bed, because I knew that if every day I could just get up and lace up my shoes and take that next step forward, literally and figuratively, that life would go on and that I could keep moving. And I think that's what's really important when you see her in a situation like this, or if you're in a situation like that, if you can find something to hold on to keep moving forward. For her, it's treats. I was going to go into pet her right there, but she's a little suspicious. For me, it was lacing up my shoes. For you, what is that? Your eyes are so endearing. We're going to find out her story. I'm going slow with the treats. And if you're watching this and you've never watched one of my videos before, even if you have watched my videos before and you're thinking, why don't you just bring in a bunch of food and give her all the food that she wants? When a dog is in this state, you have to be very concerned with bloating and just them filling up too quickly, just like a human if they're in a starvation mode. And so she gets more frequent, smaller meals from the shelter. The dogs are on a morning and an evening feeding schedule at the shelter, but she's going to be on a more frequent schedule. They'll get her a slow feeding bowl because she likely is going to try to wolf all the food down so that she goes slowly. This is kind of the start of her journey back to health and happiness, and it's going to take some time. And so while you want to just dump a bunch of food right here for her, which I'm sure they did to some extent when she first came in, it's about a lot of frequent meals. So that's why you don't see me just giving her all kinds of food right now, and why I'm to some extent regulating the treats. I'd love to just dump my whole bag of treats right in her lap, but we have to take it slowly. And I think we've got to find out her story right now, and then we're gonna try to show her some love and see if we can get her into my lap or get her into a state where she gets some love.
No.
Hey, I went in with this little dog that's really bad off, that's emaciated.
Yes.
Do you have your computer on you right now, or can you get into the system?
Yeah, I can get it.
Did she just come in?
So she came in actually a few days ago.
Okay. So I thought they had just put her in here. Is her collar out there?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, Kelly's grabbing it right now. Yeah. Hey, Kel, can you bring that in here? She has a collar. Wow, look at this. I mean, no excitement about the collar. I'm not looking for anything particular with a collar outside of like, if you take your dog on a walk and you grab their collar and a leash, a lot of times they'll perk up and they'll be really excited. She obviously has no excitement about this. And the other thing I just kind of look for is the condition. Like, this is it's a pretty good condition for a collar or leash with how bad of a condition she's in. So that's really shocking. This isn't like I'm an outside dog, I've been running the streets kind of collar. Did you see the collar, Alexis?
No, I didn't get a chance to look at it.
I mean, it's like pretty shiny and new. That's what's maybe it is new, but it doesn't look like she's been on the streets. But okay, how old is she?
So they think she's
like a
about
puppy?
5 years old.
5? Oh my goodness, I would have guessed like a year or two, but I guess if she had another like 50 pounds on her, she would look older. Okay. Microchip?
No microchip.
Shoot. Okay, tell me more. Anything?
So she was left in night drop, and the person who found her did leave their information behind, like their full name, their address, their phone number. So
that's good.
It's we feel pretty confident that it was a good Samaritan and not her owner.
Let me explain that to everyone. So if you're watching this video for the first time, or you've never heard of night drop, or you don't have it in your town, night drop is a safe space where you can bring a dog. Let's say you're driving home, you're working a late shift, you find a dog on the side of the road, you don't know what to do. You can't have dogs at your place, so you can't bring the dog or the cat home. And so what night drop does is it allows for a safe space when no one's here at the shelter, front desk isn't open, to be able to bring that dog. The kennels are really nice, they're clean, they're disinfected, they're ready to go. You put the dog or the cat in there, and then you fill out your information. Alexis said, the shelter feels pretty confident that it was a good Samaritan and they left all their information and their name and their phone number, because sometimes people will just decide to dump their dogs and abandon them, and they say, oh yeah, we found this dog, when it's their dog. It happens all too often. Sometimes people feel that they have no other option. They're out of money, or they took their dog to the vet and they can't afford the care, or whatever it may be. And so they're hiding from the fact that they're the owner. But in this case, all the information was left. And the Good Samaritan likely said, yes, contact me. I'll give you every single detail I can, because that's really important to helping reunite the person with the dog. Or in this case, potentially, if a case needs to be brought against the owner of the dog, that could be really important. Alexis, tell me more. What do we know?
Actually, that's about all that we know. I mean, she did go to health check. She's clearly emaciated, and they are feeding her multiple small meals a day.
Okay, that's what I figured. If she's been here for 2 days already, too, that means she's already had 2 days of eating, and she's still this skinny. And I throw it out to you, too. What do you think happened to her? Now, I know a lot of times people will say, well, you never know. Maybe she could have been out running the streets. Yeah, sure, sometimes. She could have gotten away from her family and been out running the streets. However, it's hard for a dog like this in this area that we live in to go that unnoticed for that long. I mean, this is 6 months, 9 months, over a year of malnourishment, mistreatment. Her skin is bad. Her nails are really bad. Her nose is bad. Like, in some areas, like, there are a lot of stray dogs that run loose for quite a while. In areas of the world, this happens quite a bit. The area we're in, it's not that there's not a stray dog here and there, but it's not as common for stray dogs to be running for years to end up in this situation. I'm going to try to show her some love and bring my energy level up a little bit. Her energy level is so low right now. This is the first time she probably has felt safe in a long time. She's in, her own little doggy condo. She's got food and water and people that are showing her love and care and stuffed animals, which is really awesome. So I'm going to try to show her some love. I'm going to try to scoop her up into my lap. I think that would go a long way with her, just getting that embrace. But let's see. We'll take it at her speed and we'll see how it goes. Let's see if we can show her some love. Okay, here you go, sweetie pie. Yeah. Yeah. Good girl. That's a good girl. You want another treat? You want a treat? How about a treat and some love? That's a good girl. Yeah. That's a good girl. Yeah, she's got scabs all over her head as I'm scratching her here. Hi. Yeah. You're a good girl. You'll come out of your slumber for some treats, huh? Yeah, it's a good girl. Does that feel okay right there? You guys want to be careful with a dog that's emaciated because you just never know what's hurting, right? That what internal organs might be swollen or sore, just because they are so bad off. Hi. There we go. It's a good girl. That's a good girl. You are a good... Oh, I didn't even ask. Let me call Alexis. Do we have a name? A nickname?
We have no name.
Right, because we don't know who she was or anything. Has the shelter given her a name yet?
Not that I see.
Okay. All right, so we got to come up with a name. All right, you guys start working on it. I'm going to work on it too. I want to figure out her personality a little bit. That's the thing about shelters. Hi. That when you first start working at a shelter and you see all these dogs without a name and you never think about it, that they don't have names because you either don't know their name or some dogs come in such a bad situation like this, they might have never had a name. She may have never had a name. Here you go. Hi. You're a good girl. Hi. Listen, I don't know what you've been through, but I am sorry. As hard as it's been, you didn't deserve it. And you are loved, and I can tell you are ready to give love. And we are going to help fill up that belly and fill up that heart and let you know that people care about you and that we care about you. Here, I'm gonna come in here and see if you'll let me love you a little bit. Let's see. We do this thing called the scoop, and what it is I just pick you up. Okay? Yeah. I just pick you up here, and I have you sit in my lap. Oh, hi. Okay. Hi. I've never had that happen before. Are you that bad off? Okay. Yeah, she didn't even have the energy to hold her head up. Look, so, yeah, that's a problem. She's so weak, she doesn't have the energy to hold up her head. Her neck is so thin. Here you go, sweetie. You can hold your head up for a treat, huh? But her neck is so thin. Like, that's wild. Gosh. I am so sorry. You are beautiful and you are amazing and we love you. It's going to be okay from here, I promise. All the bad days are gone. No more bad days. Only love and care. Hi. Show people that pretty face. From here, and pets and cuddles on the couch. Hi. She's like melting. Hi. Oh, I see. You're going for it, huh? Here, you know what? You can have it. That was cute. That was a cute little move. Oh, I'm so weak. I can't handle it. I love you so much. This is why I love dogs so much, and we have so much to learn. It's like, even in our hardest times, there's little moments. They're so cute, and they're so loving and so endearing. Hi. Like, for her to trust anyone is wild. It's wild. But the fact that she's so loving and so trusting, even in these conditions, is just a testament to her being so amazing. I mean, look at this. I'm going to show you what she looks like to me. So this is what I'm seeing. She's got that spine that's like so thin. Oh, I'm so sorry, darling. You're a good girl. You are a good girl. Let's try it. Let's see what this looks like on her. Okay. Yeah, so this collar's probably been on her since she was the correct weight. And look how much room there is now. That is wild. Well, you're not going to wear that again. I'll guarantee you that. That's your old life, and this is your new life, filled with treats and love and toys. Oh, play the xylophone on her ribs. It's so bad. So the thing is, if you're watching this video and you go, I want to adopt her, it's not a good idea right now because dogs in this situation too easily cannot make it. Like, they can take a turn for the worse. There might be internal organs that are just too far gone. It's hard. who's really great at helping dogs like this are rescues, and she needs a rescue. And so when you share this video, it can make all the difference in the world. And share it with any rescues you know, because if a rescue can take a dog like this, then it'll just be life-saving for her. And that has to happen, because this shelter, a lot of shelters that are in your city, they're not set up for long-term care and the expense that goes into that. And rescues are just better suited for that. Now, they need money too. And I tell you what I'll do. And if you want to chip in, you guys can. You can hit the super thanks button. But I'll give $2,000 to whatever rescue pulls her, just to help with some of the medical care and cost.
Jumping in here real quick for clarification on this, we're going to give $2,000 to a rescue that pulls her because it's expensive. So if you all hit super thanks and that adds up to $100, I'll donate $1,900. If you raise all the $2,000, awesome. But I don't have a way to track super thanks ongoing. So I'll put a note in the description when we've reached that $2,000, and then don't send the money. Keep your money or donate it to your local rescue or shelter. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I just think it'll go a long way. And if she can have that room and that space and that availability, and we'll all follow her journey. You know, the shelter, every dollar and dime goes into helping these animals. And what's really neat is this journey that I started on years ago. All of you have joined this. Like, I never thought all of us together could accomplish some of the things we've accomplished. We need to come up with a name for her. You have a name? Alexis just waved at me. Hold on, let's call her. Okay, you have a name idea?
Yeah, Kelly and I agreed the name Valerie would suit her well.
Valerie?
It means healthy and strong, which is where we want her to be. And we think she's pretty healthy and strong in spirit.
Yeah, Valerie, I love that. Okay, healthy and strong in spirit. If you can lift your head up like that for treats and for love, you are healthy and strong. Valerie, that's a good girl. You are pretty and strong, and you're going to be healthy, and your spirit is going to come out, and your little personality is going to come out. I already see it coming out. And we're going to help find you a rescue that can help find you a home. And here's the deal. I would love to have you as a member, because members get updates first, and those funds go to help with efforts like this when we donate funds and we help get dogs into a safe space. So we'd love to have you as a member. Make sure you subscribe so you're following along, because I will keep all of you updated. This is just the beginning of Valerie's journey. Valerie. But please share this, because you never know when someone's going to share it and they're going to send it to a rescue. We'll put an all call out for rescue. If you are a rescue that pulls her, I will help share those videos and that content and keep everyone updated. So when it's time for adoption for her, we can help spread that through this community. Valerie, we got you from here, girlfriend. And you can use my arm as a headrest. It is wild, though, just like how much energy is not there with her. I'm here for you. I got you. We'll support you. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. I have something really cool that I want to tell you guys about, too. So we just launched Flip's Farm, which is a rehabilitation farm. And by the time you're seeing this video, it is launched. I can't bring her there yet because we're waiting to finish the interior of the dog building, but she would be an exact candidate that we would bring there and let her rehabilitate over the months. And what's really neat about this is for the last 4 years, we've been working on our coffee farm, growing coffee in Southern California. And we launched our coffee brand, Flip Coffee. After my late dog that I miss so much, who helped me rehabilitate so many dogs, his spirit lives on. And it's the best coffee in the world. For years, we've been perfecting the roast and working on this coffee launch. And it has taken every ounce of me to not talk about it every single day until it was ready. It's ready now. You can order it by going to flipcoffee.com. I'll also link it right here in the video. And now, whenever you're drinking your coffee, you're drinking it with purpose, and the coffee goes to help support Flip's Farm and the dogs we're rehabilitating. So go check it out. Oh, girl. We have a tail wag. You a happy girl? Are you a happy girl? Some treats do that. Are you a happy girl? Valerie? You a happy girl? No tail wag. That's so cute. Good girl.
So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Love Bugs Rescue pulled Valerie and gave her just an amazing time and so much love and spent a lot of money on medical care. We actually donated that $2,000. Some of you even contributed. You gave super thanks. You know, we gave that $2,000 to help out a little bit. I'm sure it cost a lot more than that just for the care. And she was wrapped in these, just these warm outfits, which she deserved. And, I want to tell you something. I want to let it sit there for a minute. And then I want to tell you why it's okay. Valerie didn't make it. They took her into the vet, and when she was really struggling on her final day, there was just no coming back. She had internal bleeding and she wasn't gonna make it. And it's hard to even talk about. If you're hearing this, it hits really hard because they don't all make it. This is what I was so worried about with Macy. I was worried about this with Valerie. I see it all too often, and they don't always make it. But I'll tell you why. This is actually a happy moment. Outside of mourning her passing, she got to leave this world loved. And not just by Love Bugs Rescue. She left there in a warm embrace, being held and being loved and cared for, and hearing why she's so important. But she got loved by all of us, and she felt that. And her little body wasn't willing to carry on. And in these situations, you don't know if the person that brought them to the shelter did that because they got the vet bill or they didn't feel that they could fight that fight, and that's why they brought her here, and they already knew that, or if she was in such bad condition that it opened up the opportunity for something like cancer or internal bleeding. And it's not worth trying to figure that out, because at the end of the day, what matters is she was loved, not just by Love Bug Rescue, not just by me, but by millions of people. And that carried with her into the next life, over the rainbow. As my daughter says whenever she sees a rainbow, she says, "Hey, Flip," because we lost our dog, and "Hey, Zoe." So I am so happy to be on this journey with you guys and to have been a part of Valerie's life. Okay, let's move on to Arthur. Now, Arthur stayed with us. Let me just get that out of the way so you're not like, oh gosh, I can't handle another one. Arthur stayed with us. If you remember Arthur, he was so scared when he came in. He was a big, beautiful love bug of a dog. We're gonna play Arthur's video and watch this if you haven't seen it. I actually have a really happy but different ending at the end of this video. So stick around and I'll tell you what happened as soon as you hear a story.
Can I lay this blanket down right here? Is that okay? Your eyes are so worried. I'm just gonna take it real slow, kind of hang out with you a little bit. I know you just got here, and it's probably pretty scary. The unknown can be. I think the dogs that get me like right in the heart are the ones that have those really expressive eyebrows. He's got those like little mini eyebrow beads that just make it where he can't hide his expressions, his fear, his concern, his anxiety. It's actually pretty interesting because we're in an area of the shelter called Sallyport, and this is where dogs often enter before they're able to be checked in and looked at. So we don't know a lot about him yet. We're gonna find out a little bit more about his story. Alexis is with me. Alexis, can you see if you can look in the system and see if they took any notes from when he came in?
Yeah, I'll take a look right now.
Perfect. He is obviously just scared. Hi. And understandably so. You have your little blanket back there? Okay. I'm just gonna move that one, bud. He didn't want to make eye contact, which is pretty normal. And he's definitely in that fear state. He's a bigger dog, and so I'm always cautious with larger dogs because I always don't want to create so much pressure where it puts them in a state that causes them to react. With dogs, we always talk about fight or flight. I think anyone who works at a shelter or volunteers a lot or works with dogs that are shut down, you very quickly learn there's a third one, and that's freeze. Or in his state, how do I just melt into not existing? Like I just want to pancake to the floor, and I want to camouflage into this kennel so nobody sees me because I just want all of this to go away. I think we can all relate to that sometimes when we're in a tough spot. I want to look at him, but I think okay, we got some movement there. I'm going to start with a treat. If you watch any of my videos, you see that that's usually where I start, because if I can get a little foot in the door with a treat, we can really start to make a difference. And that's what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to try to sit with him, and there's no goal, but I'm going to just try to show him some comfort. He's new here. I'm just going to try to reassure him that it's going to be okay. He's safe now, whatever his situation, whether his family comes to get him or we help him find a new family. But this transitional period, I want him to know he's okay. And I think it's a he because he's got a blue collar. We'll find out here in a minute. But I'm just going to put a treat right here. Oh, almost. Oh, I thought we had it. But he's licking his lips. I think it's because I stopped talking too. He got a little nervous. I'm going to try to put it a little closer to him. Now, I'm not going to take that treat away from him and move it because I don't want him to feel like anything's being taken from him. He has so little right now. So I'm just going to put another treat closer, kind of past that barrier. There's almost like a false barrier there in there, that metal piece. Nothing. Dang it. Oh. If you've ever been scared or worried, angry, upset, any overriding emotion, you'll notice often you're not hungry or you're excessively hungry, or because fear does things to us that just makes us behave in an odd way. But one of the things it can absolutely do is just make you lose your appetite and not feel safe to take food. And for dogs, that's it, right? They don't feel safe to take food. Fear overrides them. I'll bet he has a story that can explain his sadness, because he's sad. Like, I think that's the thing I'm feeling just sitting with him is sadness. He's not completely shut down. Like, his sniffer's working. So there's some curiosity there. I think there's just some newness of being here that he doesn't understand what's going on. I'm going to try to hand him a treat. It's unlikely to work, but sometimes that little kind of act of kindness can help. Let me try to hand it to him. Nothing. I'm going to try an open hand. Here you go, bud. That was unexpected. Usually, like, that's the last thing they'll do is take an open hand treat. I know if you have your dog at home, you think, oh, they'll give an open-handed treat, or trainers will teach you to do an open-handed treat versus your fingers so that they're not little hot dogs that a dog takes off and chomps your fingers away. But a dog in a stress situation having a hand in their face like that, look what that looks like. This is definitely a dog that has been around people, probably not a stray dog. What we're going to do is we're going to find out his story, and then we will give him some positive affirmations and just tell him how much he's loved. And I'll bet we can start to see some movement from him if we just show him a little love. I think he's looking for some love. He's got like a little frog tongue. It just takes the treat, right? I love it. Okay, I'm going to try something to see how he is with touch. I'm going to just gently put my hand on his paw when I give him the treat and see if he jerks away or if that reaction is okay. Oh, he's okay. He's good with touch. That's good. Dogs' paws are extremely sensitive, so I don't want to just go in and touch his paw. But the fact that he's okay with my hand being there, I think we can really help him. But I don't know. Sometimes in these situations too, like I do this often. I even doubt myself because he's like the way he's looking away. I mean, when I look away, he's still looking away. Like that's not like a gentle look away. That is like a go away, leave me alone sort of look. So let's find out a little bit more about his story. Alexis, did you find out anything? Wait, a boy, right?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's only about 1.5 years.
Yeah, he's a puppy, huh? He's a big puppy. I mean, he's a big boy. I don't know. Let me see if I won't look at him, but let me show you guys. Let me show you how big he is, just in case you can't see it. I would say that, like, he's probably a couple pounds overweight too. Like, he got big old paws. There's his paws. Okay, what do we know about him? Did he have a microchip?
Yes. They do know he belongs to somebody, but
Okay.
he is available.
When a dog comes in and they're owner known, they're typically on a 10-day hold, 10 days, because you got to give the owner plenty of time to come find the dog. 5 days if you don't know the owner, so give some time, but you got to get these dogs moved. The shelter deals with thousands of dogs that come through here, and the space is an issue, so they have to get dogs into homes or back with families. So, okay, so that concerns me. So tell me more, because if we know who the owner is and he's already available for adoption, and he just, how many days has he been here?
He's been here for only about 2 or 3 days.
He's so new. He's a puppy and he's new, and no wonder he's scared. Hi, bud. Hi. There you go. He's got such gentle little teeth. Okay, so all right, so tell me more. Hit me with it.
He was turned in by the owner, which is why he's available now. And the craziest part is he was actually here at the shelter as a puppy. He came in as a stray puppy with a litter and was adopted from here about, just under a year and a half ago. Now the owner's saying we're moving and we can't keep him. I try not to place judgment, and I don't think that's my job. I think my mission and my goal is to show comfort and love to animals and help spread awareness about adoption. But these guys are family. They're not a piece of furniture where, when it's not convenient to move that piece of furniture to your new place, that they can't also be moved with you. If he were the decision maker, he would never leave his family. I don't even know him. I can just see it in his eyes that his love and his loyalty would cross leaps and bounds, mountain and valleys, to do whatever it takes to make sure that his family was safe and that they were together. And then he's just discarded like an old armoire that doesn't belong because it doesn't fit in the new bedroom. And that makes me so angry. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set that aside, because I don't want to bring that anger into this space, because I want to bring love into this space. And I hope if you're watching the video, you do the same thing, because the only way that we can make change is by showing what happens, the state that these dogs are in when they're discarded like the garbage. They don't deserve that. And I know there are situations, who knows the situation, and I have empathy, but I don't have sympathy in this situation. And maybe it's because I'm the cleanup crew, right? And I see this, and I see what the dogs are going through. But he just deserves more than that. Here in a minute, we're going to give him some positive affirmations and just let him know that he deserves more than that. All of us are going to do that together. We'll be his family until he has one that he deserves. Anything else in there that I should know? Sorry, I was just preaching it. It did come in with a name.
Don't even tell me. No, I don't even want to know it. You know what?
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Names are so important. My full name is A Kanaka, E Hana Ana no Ke Akua. That name was given to me at birth, and I carry that with such honor. And there's so much that goes into a name. I know a name that would be really good. There's a book I love, Arthur the King. Have you heard of this book? It's a movie now.
Yeah, I heard of the movie, actually.
I cannot wait to see it. It's no small movie, like Mark Wahlberg starring in it. So Michael goes on this adventure racing world championship. It's like, if you've ever heard of an ultra marathon, it's like that, just amped up. I mean, you can really put your life at risk here. It's a big deal. And as he's on this journey, this dog comes out of nowhere that needs help. And it's been a while since I've read the book, which is why I'm so excited to see the movie, because they help this dog along the way, and in turn this dog helps them. And I don't want to spoil it, everything that happens, but it's a nail biter. And it's a true story. The movie is based off a true story. The thing is, it's hard enough to get through this race, just like the normal human couldn't do it. I'd like to think I could do it. Like, I'd probably tell people I could do it. I probably couldn't do it. But then also to have this extra team member along the way. Like, when you go on these races, you have the exact amount of food and water that you need. And so, you can't now take an animal with you. The whole team is encouraging him to just let go of this animal. They're like, you can't bring this animal with you, but he will stop at nothing. And it's one of those tales where they save each other.
is pretty neat. I can't wait to be refreshed. It's been a while since I've read the book, and I'm going to go see the movie. And I say that because I think this name would be so fitting for him, Arthur. He may not feel like a king right now, but if you fast forward to one of you seeing this or it being shared and him getting adopted and him being there with his family and the loyalty that he's willing to give to them, they give to him in return, that will make anyone feel like a king. It's not sponsored. I'm just a big fan of the book, and my friends actually are part of making the movie, and so I'm actually gonna go see it this week. I think Arthur would be a great name, and we'll try that out on him. But first, I just want to give him some positive affirmations, and let's see if we can get him out of his shell and see what a little love can do. And just tell him, I'm going to scoot back by him a little bit, see if I can give him a little comfort back there. Hi, bud. Can I come back here? I'm not going to take your blanket. I'm just going to put mine right back here, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. I think that you are a good boy, and you deserve love. And I am sorry that your family left you behind because you did not deserve that. You deserve love and hugs and treats. Do you want a treat? Do you know that word treat? You do, don't you? You want a treat? Guess what? Today starts the first day of your new life. It's going to be amazing. I know it's a little scary right now, but if you trust me, we're going to help you find a home and a family that loves you as much as you love them, okay? We have something really neat for you, a brand new name to start this new adventure. You want to hear it? It's Arthur. What do you think about that, Arthur? He likes it. That was really cute. Arthur. Hi, Arthur. Arthur, can I give you a little pet? Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh, good boy. Arthur, you are a good boy. Oh, yeah. Good dog. I just want you to know you didn't do anything wrong. You have only done everything right, and you do not deserve to be in this situation. You're here now, but that's okay because you're safe and you are taken care of, and we're going to make sure that you know this. Good boy. Yeah, that's a good boy, Arthur. You're a good boy. Oh, does that feel good? Hi, bud. Did you get a little tongue there? That's okay. That feel good? Yeah, oh, good boy. I like to rub the top of their heads so that they can just feel it. Now, you don't want to go in on a dog that you don't know and rub their head. But a dog like this where you sit with them for a little bit and they're okay with this, it's just like if you've ever had anyone give you a back rub and you just feel it after, you know? Yeah, good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hi, Bubba. Hi. 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 You're a good boy. Hi. 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 Hi, Bubba. Hi, it's a good boy. Oh, where you going? You checking out my spot? Look at that. He's like, oh, that's a nice warm blanket. A lot of times I'll see you guys' comments where you're like, oh, lay down. That'll make them feel more comfortable. And that is a wonderful comment because the smaller you can make yourself in these situations physically, the better. And I'm 6'4", we'll say 200. But just so you know, I can't lay down in the kennels. They're not big enough. This one in Sallyport is big enough, but that's a great idea, but I'm too tall. Hey, good buddy. Hi. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. You want to come up here? You want to come up here? You come up here? Here you go. Yeah, good boy. I'm winning him over slowly with treats. Good boy, Arthur. Arthur, I love your new name. Arthur. If you're watching this and you write for like blogs or anything like that, or do emails or anything, you can write about how we named him Arthur after the movie, and then that way more people will see it because they'll be like, oh yeah, the movie, I know the movie, Arthur. I don't know, that sounds like a good plan, right?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Whatever it takes to get more eyeballs, like some rescues will name dogs celebrities. If you ever wonder why like dogs are named after celebrities, because it helps, especially like if that celebrity sees that dog, sometimes they'll adopt them or they'll share that information, so it just gets more eyeballs on them to help that dog get adopted. Because that's what this is really, right? It's like Arthur the book was an amazing story of an unbelievable journey and a bond between man and his best friend. And that's what we're trying to do here. Like when you're watching this video, what's really cool is know that you're a part of this journey. Which, by the way, if you want to be a member, I'd love to have you. It's a really neat community, and we're working to get dogs adopted. And if you want to support any of this, you can buy a shirt. We've got these Sitting with Dog shirts, possibly Laying with Dog shirts next, but I'll link it in the video. And let me know if you've seen the movie. Comment down below what you thought of it. Let's show everybody how pretty you are. He's a pretty guy. He's scared, but here, you want a treat in there? Oh, you found one. Oh, I didn't bring that treat in there. Bonus. You don't want that one though, huh? You only want my treats. Good boy. Good boy. Look how cute he is though, huh? You can tell, like, once he's comfortable, boy, he'll have a little pep in his step, and when he has that confidence. Also, let me just say that the line on his back, a lot of times people say, oh, maybe he's a ridgeback. He's not. What happens is when he comes in, so I think I said he hadn't been through health check, but if he's been here for a couple of days, he has. But what happens is that line on his back is flea and tick meds, because they don't want fleas at the shelter. And so it just kind of sticks up a little bit. I can, with complete accuracy, say no ridgeback in this dog. What kind of dog do you think he is? What's the sheet say?
Australian cattle dog mix.
No
which
way.
I can see the face pattern maybe a little bit, but I mean, obviously his size and everything else is saying no.
Shepherd mix, probably, of some sort.
Definitely shepherd mix.
You know, but the thing is like, guys, the shelter's not experts. They see a lot of dogs come through here. They have to process dogs quickly. You know, they just try to say, okay, here's what it could be.
Maybe when he was a puppy.
Yeah, yeah.
Thought, you know?
Oh, you know what? It might have been listed at that when the first time he came in.
That's what
and now that he's returned. I guess the thing that's so disappointing to me about this is that someone adopted him from the shelter, so you think they know better, but that's not always the case, right? A lot of this is education, and we got to share with other people that they're not just property. I mean, I know legally, technically, they're just property, but there's so much more.
Actually, looking at his paws,
Yeah.
white on his scruff and stuff.
Yeah.
I could see a little bit, but it's, just kind of probably thrown in there with a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like, there's definitely on his paws freckles, cattle dog freckles. And when he was a puppy, he's probably listed that. So when he came back in, they probably just pulled up that same profile.
Exactly what happened.
I bet they were really surprised when he turned out to be, I mean, how much do you think he weighs? 70, 80 pounds? He's a big boy.
They have him between that exactly. 76 to 100 pounds is what they have him listed as.
If at any moment in the video, you were frustrated or sad or, not unlike me, just know that it's not hopeless or dire. Like, we're getting dogs adopted. You guys being a part of this are getting dogs adopted. When you share this video, like, that's the action you can take. You never know the person that will see this and come adopt. Like, I'm not making that up, right? Like, when we have people come in here, they say, oh, someone shared a video with me.
Yeah, a lot of the times they'll say, a friend of a friend shared it, just ended up on my feed.
So you guys are just as helpful as me sitting in this kennel. We're all doing this together, so I just want to say thank you. Subscribe if you haven't, because I'd love to have you on this journey with me. And Arthur, you don't have to look at the wall anymore, buddy, because it's going to be okay from here, okay? Breaks my heart how he's just hugging that wall instead of hugging me. It's going to be okay. You got a cute little tongue. Anytime I go to pet him, his little tongue comes out. That's pretty cute. Hi. Hi. Good boy. Good boy. It's a good boy. Here. A treat. It never ceases to amaze me. Like, most dogs, the last thing they do is take a treat from an open hand like that in a scared situation, and that's the first thing he does. Kind of, funny. We're all different, right? Like, even dogs. Hi, bud. All right, I'll do this too. Go see the movie. I'll put a link down below. I'll get it from my friends, and go watch the movie Arthur the King and let me know what you think. And let's get him adopted. Good boy. You're a good boy, Arthur. Arthur the King. You may not feel like a king right now, buddy, but you will by the time we're done. I promise.
Okay, there's one last thing I wanted to do with Arthur. Now, he's available for adoption at Animal Friends of the Valleys in Wildomar, California. That's Southern California. I wanted to cat test him, and this is how they cat test dogs at a lot of shelters. Now, it's super uncomfortable for both parties, all parties involved, but I think that little discomfort is worth it because we'll know how Arthur is with cats. And then it's just more likely to lead to his adoption if somebody knows that if they have cats, they could also adopt Arthur because he's okay with cats or disinterested.
Come here.
Oh! He's like, I did not do that.
Oh, shit.
Come here, bud. Come here. Come here. I'll be brave with you. Come here. He's like, nope. It's okay. I am. He says no. Like, I don't like that. He does.
Hey, buddy.
But that's a good sign.
Okay, as uncomfortable as that was, it looks like Arthur has no interest in cats. Success. So I have some good news. Arthur's family was actually able to come and get him. And I know you're going, oh, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about that because he was so scared. Well, it turns out there were some landlord issues and their landlord forced them to take this action and they figured out a way, they solved a way. Maybe they saw our video and they saw, you know, sometimes I think people think if I just turn my dog into the shelter, they're gonna be fine. They'll be happy, they'll be in a better place, I can't care for them now. And maybe they saw that or maybe they were working to work out the situation. It doesn't matter. It's always wonderful to reunite a dog with their family. As long as they're safe and sheltered and happy, and in this case, they are animal control, you know, they check this out, they make sure everything's okay, and everyone agreed this was the right decision. And so Arthur is living happily ever after, back with his family, and reuniting dogs with their family makes me really happy. All right, let me know if you like these Pupdates. I've got more Pupdates coming too. I know you're like, I need to know what happened to this dog, but it takes time, as you saw in Macy's journey. That was like 6 months. If you want to become a member though, you do get Pupdates first. Everyone gets the Pupdates, but you get them first, and that way we make sure the adoption sticks, or if there's bad news, like in Valerie's case, I can share that first while I'm really mourning. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment with all the other dog rescue lovers because I love reading them, and so does the rest of the community. And I make all these Pupdate videos in really high quality so you can watch them on TV and just let them roll. I will put a link to the next Pupdate video down in the description, or you can just click it right here on the video.